Alright, so we're going to do one that's going to help us out with a little bit more complex calculations. So it's Pythagorean theorem. So for those of you guys that don't have this thing drilled in your head already, it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So for this program, what we want is if the user gives us a and b, right? The user will provide those. We'll spit out C. So I think we can code up the first part, hopefully by now, pretty easy, right? I'm just going to grab this and go like this. We'll hold that for a little bit later. So for the first part, it should just be A is going to equal and I'm going to use float here just so we can use variables, right? I mean decimals, right? Float of the input, what is side A? Right. File, save. Close it up. Sweet. And then I'm going to ask it be like this. Now these are very short programs we're doing, so let me just type here real quick. So the need to comment and remember your place may not be necessary for these ones, but the way to comment in Python is with a double pound key, right? So this will get side A from user. As our programs get more complex, it'll probably be a good idea to have a lot of comments in there. That way, if you want to make little changes, you can just kind of make sure you get all the ones that you want. Instead of like rereading your script over and over and over again, you can use your notes when these things get really long as like a quicker way of doing things. It just helps you be more organized. So now I need to go back to my I got all sorts of things going on. So now I need to be able to calculate the C value, right? So our C value, if I have A and B, I need to solve for C. So I'm just going to solve this like this. If I want to get C by itself, its only issue now is it's being squared. So what I want to do is I want to take the square root of both sides. So C is really just the square root of A squared plus B squared. Okay, not so bad. But we have to know some things about Python to be able to put that in. Out here. So I want my C variable to be, now the way to do a square root is like this, with a double star key, right? It's the thing right above the 8. So the way to do a square root is raising it to the 1/2 power, just like the cube root is raising it to the 3rd power, or the 4th root to the 4th power, and so on. So you haven't covered that in math yet. That's basically a square root. Right? The way to do squares, right? So now I'm saying the square root of this whole thing, everything that's in between here. So if I want to raise A, right, I'll do it like that. That's A squared then, plus B squared. Now it's probably best to test this out on some numbers we know. So the Pythagorean triples are ones that come out even, like 3, 4, 5, or 5, 12, 13. So I'll test those first. This performs the fusion. Okay, so now what I want to do is have it print off this message. If okay, so hopefully you guys are getting the hang of this. Now I've got 3 of these little spots. God, I never spell length right. I've got 3 of these little spots, so when I do dot format, I need 3 of those little things. So the first one is A and B, and the last one should be C. Like I said, I like doing that so I can just check to see if there's where the mistake was. All right, so let's save this thing and let's run this thing. Hopefully it works out. Like I said, let's use ones we already know. Ooh, there's an error. Let's see if I can find this here. Yep. So I closed this set of parentheses, but I didn't close the very first set of parentheses. And it told me, I don't know if you saw that, it told me the line that the mistake was on. So it's kind of nice that way. Okay, now it should work. So if I have one side that's 3, the other side's 4, hypotenuse must be 5, it works. Maybe try another one just to make sure. So like I said, 5, 12, 13 is one, I'm pretty sure. Let's use our program to check. Yep, 5, 12, the hypotenuse must be 13. And so if we want to comment, that's how we comment. This is how we do squares and square roots.